But that's not really our concern, is it? We'll leave the judging to the gods, the scholars, and the particularly self-righteous Tarnished who think themselves above a little divine arson. And so grab a seat, and pour yourself something strong. Perhaps find a snack that pairs well with the tale of roasting flesh. We recommend meat. Did you get it? Excellent. Now let's continue. History is written by the victors, and Messmer was not a victor. Those who followed him did so willingly, reads the inscription on the Fire Knight's armor. They burned away the faithless, believing themselves righteous. And yet, what did that devotion earn them? Nothing. The lands of shadow were sealed. Messmer and his loyalists were trapped inside, their names, their deeds, their very existence scoured from history. Not merely exiled, erased, shoved into history's deepest, darkest corner like an embarrassing family secret no one dares acknowledge. But Messmer didn't die. He couldn't die. When we find him, the air is thick with heat and the scent of burnt flesh is lingering like a memory. Darkness presses in, swallowing what little light seeps through the chamber. It's a quiet place, suffocating in its stillness, abandoned, yet not empty. The coffins of his fallen followers sit in solemn attendance, those who once believed in his cause until they discovered the truth, until they learned what he was. Some rebelled, some stood against him, and their reward? Imprisonment, death. Messmer remains. He sits upon a throne in the dark, his form barely discernible against the oppressive gloom. Behind him, Marika's statue looms, untouched, unyielding, a mother forever frozen in divinity, a child in her arms. It's the only statue of its kind, the only one in both the lands between and the realm of shadow that depicts her in this way. A symbol of love, of devotion, or perhaps something else, a reminder, a warning. Beyond the statue, there's no court. No adoring followers, no war council, nothing but the creatures that have endured with him, the serpents that slither in the gloom, the only ones that have truly remained by his side. And then, he stirs. The room ignites, red golden light crackling to life. His flames cast long flickering shadows, pushing back the dark. He illuminates the chamber for us. That's super considerate. Thanks, bro. And then he sees us. A Tarnished, a creature of no name, no lineage, no destiny, and yet here we are, standing where no one else should. Messmer is many things, an executioner, a monster, a forgotten son, but in this moment, he's something else. A man who spent a lifetime burning for a god who cast him aside, and yet here we are. For what? For the Elven Throne, for a future that doesn't include him. He rages. He demands answers that'll never come. He doesn't speak to us, not truly. His words are for someone who's not even there. His golden eyes flicker unreadable, and then he speaks. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? He sees us for what we are, tarnished, a thing without grace, without a place in the golden order, without golden lineage, not chosen. America sent us. But why? Why us? What the hell makes us so special? Why now? He doesn't receive an answer. The statue behind him doesn't speak. The Divine Mother doesn't descend to comfort her forsaken son. So there's only one thing left to do. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death and the embrace of Messmer's flame. He fights, and Messmer, he doesn't hold back. Flames explode to life, his rage given form, his spear, a weapon that has spilled the blood of countless enemies, burns with the fury of a forgotten god. His serpents lash out, their fangs gleaming in the inferno. And we push him. We force him to the breaking point, and then something gives way. In his final act of defiance, he shatters the seal placed upon him. The winged snakes, Messmer's constant companions, have been with him through his eternity of suffering, and they'll accompany him yet, in his hideous new form, born when he destroys the last vestige of grace granted to him by his mother. They've accepted his fate as much as he has, and the abyssal serpent awakens. Tremors shake the chamber, its coming slithering forth from the depths to meet us. Messmer's fury has been unleashed, his final companion answering his call. And we are the reason. We forced his hand. The battle's a storm of flame and steel. His spear sings through the air, fast, brutal, relentless. His flames consume the ground, reducing the past to ash. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't relent. There's no mercy in him, no regrets. He fights like the force of nature he is. But even the brightest blaze must falter. He doesn't die easily, but he does die. And as Messmer falls to his knees, the embers around him flicker and dim. But he doesn't curse us. He curses America. His golden eyes, once filled with fire, dull as he collapses. His flame doesn't fight us, not anymore. And we do what we do best. His body's still warm when we take what remains of the power he has. We take his fire. Aren't we the good little Tarnished, ever eager to pocket the relics of the damned, never mind the screams still clinging to the air? It's only later that we understand what we've done. With his fire in hand, we stand before the sealing tree, the last barrier to the gate of divinity. It's ancient, impenetrable, a symbol of power that has endured through countless ages. Until now. We raise Messmer's kindling, the flame used in the old raw ruins, the flame that'll burn the sealing tree. The bark catches, the sacred wood blackens, crumbling to embers, and the seal falls. Messmer's fire was the key, and now the gate's open, and another god must fall. Because we were never truly meant to defeat Messmer, only to remove him, and in doing so we paved the way for Mikla. Mikla needed us to defeat Messmer, to take that fire, to open the way to the gate of divinity, a place atop and near Ilum, ancient and beyond reckoning, where the gods are made, or unmade. We've been playing Mikla's game all along. That stupid little jerk. Man, this journey's been a real charming experience so far. And remember St. Trina? We found her during this journey as well, and she told us not to let the poor thing become a god. She told us to set him free, which means we still have one job left. We have to stop Mikla too, and with him, St. Trina, because she's a part of him, and she knows her fate's sealed. Well, 4 for 1 special. Radon and his stolen body, and Mikla. One more god's dream of an age snuffed out before it can begin. Well, isn't this lovely? What a shit show. So remember, Tarnished. Remember the flame. Messmer, he was more than history told us, because history never told us about him at all. Not as the Impaler, not as the Executioner of the Golden Order, but as the prince who was never meant to be. The fire that America feared. The flame that could usher in a new age. Messmer deserved something more. His fire was both a key and a weapon, creation and destruction bound together. Because in the end, it's not the fire that lingers, it's the scars it leaves behind. If you enjoyed this tale of forgotten suns, burning legacies, and gods who refuse to fade, then perhaps, just perhaps, you've begun to understand the true nature of the lands between. History remembers only what it's allowed to, but we walk the path they tried to erase. So go forth, Tarnished, take what's yours, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, stay a while. There's always more stories to uncover. Till the next Neck and Story brings us together again, I hope that your week's great.